And Nick, of course, like doesn't say anything, just puts his thumbs up.
You said
Nick
ready.
made a few words.
And I smiled. I said ready and smiled. A lot of information.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, but we successfully arranged it somehow that we have a whole team here on NSL TV, and it is Vega XP. Thank you very much. Coming together in a late night session, more or less. And congratulations, first of all, for impressive and amazing gold medal at the USBN Nationals. And we have so much to talk about. I don't really know where to begin. But let's start with every individual. And let's see where you all are and what you're doing now. So let's begin with the Drennan family. There they are. That's Ian and Annie, Ash. So where are you right now? This is a conference call, obviously, provided by Zoom, and we are all at different locations. Elan, Florida, the Drennans. Where are you?
We're in Durham, North Carolina right now.
Yeah. Tomorrow we'll be in DC, Washington, DC.
So what are you doing? I mean, you're at different locations on a regular basis, or what's going on there?
Well, so Annie and I sold everything we own. Everything we own fits in the car now, and we travel around with our kids, and we camp, or we house sit, or we stay in hotels, and we travel around the country just experiencing as much as we can, showing our kids as much of the country as we can, and obviously skydiving and travel, doing tunnel and stuff along the way.
Sounds like a dream, like a skydiver's dream, and my own dream too. It sounds also like we chatted a little bit earlier. It sounds like it's not much different of what you have been doing in the past with the PD factory team, right?
Yeah, it's got some similarities for sure. The nice part is now, like with the factory team, a lot of it was solo. So I would be traveling around for flight one, or we're doing stuff and either not sharing a room or sharing a room with my teammates. And now I still get to share a room with my teammate, but it's my favorite teammate. So
Sorry, guys.
Nick and Amanda and Julie are like really close seconds.
Yeah, you are a married couple with 2 children, right? So the family traveling is even more fun. Wonderful, wonderful. It's a little dream story. Well, let's move on. If not, then it will take until after midnight probably. If we, Julie is on the top left. So where are you?
I am in Cedar Falls, Iowa. This is where I live and work.
In Iowa. What are you doing there?
I'm a staff accountant at a bank. I've been there for 8 years now, so it's all I know.
In Iowa. Okay.
Iowa.
And then down there on the right side, right below Mino, I think that would be, it's Nick. Nick, where are you? Nick Walker.
I'm down in Columbus, Georgia. I do remote work for the VA currently as an occupation. So I sit behind a computer all day in the comfort of my living room, thankfully. But I don't get to do as much traveling as the Dreadings.
Yes, soon.
Very soon, very soon.
And then on the bottom is Amanda, who is filming the team. So what are you doing and where are you? We have 3 different locations by now, right? I mean, 4 with me.
Yeah, I'll be the 5th different location. I'm actually in Texas right now for work, but I do reside in Iowa, so.
Iowa, so you're actually close to Julie there. Are you living in the same
Yeah, we're about
area?
50-minute drive apart.
So how did you all find each other? I mean, can anybody explain this? You're coming from all over the planet, and then you're ending up in the same 4-way team with Vega XP. By the way, where's the team name coming from? Vega?
Well, Craigslist, you can do anything. So No.
Oh.
So the name came from the name. Actually, I was researching. I love space, and I was researching stars and constellations, and I came across an article that referred to Vega being one of the most considered to be one of the most important stars for various astrological purposes for the science community. So floated it out many years ago to Nick and Annie, and it just kind of stuck. So that was where the name came from. As far as the team, that assembly took years. That took quite a while. It all started in 2000, and I want to say 2010 or 2011. Nick will probably know the date. Nick and I jumped at the same drop zone, and I was teaching canopy courses there. And I met him through a mutual friend, Greg Seavey. And at some point, got convinced to go on a four-way or on a belly jump with them. I was still very involved in the swooping community, and did a jump and landed and said, if I ever do four-way, I'm going to reach out to you guys. And long story short, many years later, when Annie got back into skydiving, and I'll let her talk about that, and it was time, I reached out to Nick, and he gave us the thumbs up. And I don't understand why, but I'm grateful that he did. And so he had a competition experience, he had belly experience, and he had none, like 120 jumps at the time. He'd been on current for 5 years.
120.
Yeah, like 120 at the time, right? Something like that. Yeah, 120. Had no belly experience. I had no belly experience. I had just come from swooping. And at that time, Julie wasn't in the picture, but I did know Julie. I had met Julie in CSC, traveling around. And actually Amanda too, who made fun of all my logos. It was the first thing she ever said to me.
Are you a designer, Amanda? Are you a art designer? Or?
She just looked at me and made some snarky comment about all the logos, and it just went on her way. And I was like, what just happened?
Okay, so Julie was actually the last one, and after several different tales that you have tried before, Julie, do you feel pressure now that after all that in your tail slot?
My team never gives me any pressure. No, no, it was. It all started as well, just come out and fly and see how it goes and see if you like it. And I wasn't planning on joining because of the distance, and I knew that was going to be, a struggle to make ends meet that way. But the first tunnel experience that we had together, we flew so well together. We got along great. I just knew that I didn't regret it, so it me that way.
So we got a little bit gobbled up here with a few of those, but I think it came all across nicely. Then also what was catching my attention is that you're all coming basically from different events. Normally it goes the other way around. People are beginning with belly flying, doing forward, and then they veer off to the dark sides, to all kind of stuff. And this is almost the other way around. You were first a swooper, and then some freestyles and student, and then you all decided to go to four-way. What was your motivation or reason? Was it just because Ian said, come on, you and you and you and you, we're doing four-way now? Or how did it happen? Were you bored of swooping, bored of free flying or whatever? Why did you turn to four-way?
Well, I think for certainly for me, it was time.
You're missing some audio now, Ian. Can you say that again? I didn't. Okay.
Can you hear me okay? How about now?
Oh,
good? Okay. So I had been on the team for a while, and it was time to start doing some other things. And I actually had gotten hurt, and I needed to take a year off of swooping to recover from an injury, and I didn't want to be inactive. So I picked the discipline I thought I was the absolute worst at, and said I want to go get good at that. And that was belly. So then, naturally I was like, well, if I don't know anything about it, looked over at Annie and I said, do you want to learn how to do some belly? And then, the conversation with Nick. And we spent...
Hang on 1 second, please.
Yeah.
Am I the only one struggling with the audio now, or is everybody kind of in audio trouble there? Only me?
Sounding okay.
Does everybody hear Ian well?
Yeah, I hear it. Ian.
Okay.
I can hear him okay.
Well, I'm hoping it is recording it properly, because I don't hear much at this point in time. Well, let's hope for the best. Okay, just sorry for interrupting.
No. So we did a year replacing tails, like lots of replacement of tails, which is what you saw about. And then we went to nationals in 2015 and didn't do very well. And we couldn't find somebody who gelled with the team when Kevin Larson left. And so we actually spent an entire year just flying with Rhythm, where Rhythm did essentially filled in the tail slot while Annie, myself, and Nick learned better four-ways. So we did nothing but tunnel camps for an entire year until we managed to convince Julie to come and just fill in for the weekend. We totally conned her. It was on purpose. We wanted her for a while, and we thought she'd be a good fit, but she was resistant. So we basically lied to her, and we told her that Rhythm couldn't fill in for the weekend, and could she come and fly? Because we figured if we could just get her to come fly, she would have a good time. So that was the start of it all.
Okay. I have to do a little bit guessing here but I'm hoping again that it's all recorded well. I heard some of it quietly, but that was a history. The history of mostly the history of the team, how it came together, and how, from other events to four-way. Let's talk a little bit, and maybe somebody else can take this. I want to see if there's a difference in as of the recording. But what are the plans for the future? Now you are intermediate class champions with one of the best averages that has been achieved in US. We wrote about this already. Now we're becoming a little more personal. What are the plans for? Let's begin with the 2018 season. Nick, we haven't heard much from you down there, so let's give us an overview of what is the team staying together? Are you highly motivated and you love each other and you're moving on, or is that the end of it, or what's going on?
Yeah, so after, and that's a pretty common thread too, or a trend with the team. I'm very much the quiet one. So the talk would come from me, just in general. So after nationals win, I told Ian that we should probably wait like a month or so before we all kind of got together and made plans. That's that, and that's it.
Sorry, we have an elevator in the background. My bad. Sorry, Nick.
But just so everybody could kind of get off the nationals high and then figure out where they wanted to put their focus for the following year. I wanted to wait like 30 days or so, and Ian, of course, wanted to talk like that next day and like start scheduling stuff for the next season. But we waited and we all came together and we decided that we're going to stick together for the 2018 season. I guess due to the fact that we won intermediate, we have to bump up to advanced. Everybody's super excited about that. We just got our new coach added. It's going to be, what's Kurt's last name?
Thomas Hughes.
Thank you. We have Thomas Hughes as our new coach for the 2018 lineup.
That is amazing. I hope Thomas sees this.
Thank you. So nervous. It's division all over again. So we're going to continue on with Thomas Hughes as our coach and John D'Annunzio also. Planning on having a good showing for the 2018 Nationals. Their primary goal.
Well, that is fantastic. Okay, let's since I'm still on a little guessing game here, but I see that there was a lot of great information coming across let me finish this off now, and then see if we have that all on record. With the last question that I have before I let everybody go to sleep. What is your message after your experience this year, you know, with the team and the training, competition, and standing on the podium and all that? I saw when I read your webpage and some other stuff that I found out, it sounds like you're really on a trip, more or less. But what's your message to others after this experience that you have had now with Vega XP? What's your message to others? You want to spread something?
Tag you.
Me? Well, I guess I got a couple things. I would suggest, one, not being afraid to take chances. If you see an opportunity, go for it and seize the moment. And I personally believe four-way and probably any team competition, it's not just about winning or, you know, that end goal. It's really about the ride. If you get along with your team and enjoy what you're doing, that's more important than, you know, the trophies or the medals at the end of the day. So really enjoy your time with your team.
That's a fantastic message, Julie. Thanks for that. Does anybody want to add to that? I wouldn't be able to say much, but
just one small thing, and that was you know, Jules really hit it on the head. But don't ever let other people tell you what you can and can't do. There were definitely people that raised their eyebrows at the qualifications of the team when it got put together, and we put some fun video up there of like some of our first jumps, which were pretty bad. And I would say, you know, you decide your dreams, you decide where you go. Other people don't do that for you. Don't let people make that decision for you.
And it's more fun if you share it with others, right? Okay, well, thank you very much. I can't wait to see you and hopefully meet you in person, all of you, next year at all those events that you will attend. It has been a pleasure, and thanks for taking the time this evening. Good luck with everything. Thanks again.
Thank you, Kurt.
Thank you.